and the time is 9:08 a.m. Let's go ahead and have our staff instructions first.
Thank you, Chair Kehoe. This meeting is being held in person and virtually, so I will do a roll call of trustees to confirm attendance. Trustee Gray and Harris will not be joining us today. Trustee Green and Durazo will be joining us shortly. Mr. Knox?
Good morning, I'm here.
Mr. Robbins? Here. Mr. Rue?
Present.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Mr. Sanchez?
Here.
Mr. Oakham?
Here.
Chair Kehoe.
Present.
Staff participating in the meeting include CEO Santos Kryman, Deputy CEO Louis Lugo, Assistant Executive Officers JJ Popowich and Laura Guglielmo, CIO John Grable, Chief Counsel Stephen Rice, Senior Staff Counsel Frank Boyd and Jean Kim, Staff Counsel Elaine Salon, Legislative Affairs Officer Barry Liu. Staff and managers participating today include Tatiana Bayer, Kathy Delino, Chat Arande, Ted Granger, Cassandra Smith, Louis Gittins, Vincent Lim, Eugenia Durr, Tamara Caldwell, Vicki Neely, Carrie Wilson, Hernan Barrientos, and Ricardo Salinas. LACERA's medical advisor, Dr. Glenn Arisman, will also be joining us today. Trustees, please use the raise your hand Zoom option to be placed in the queue. At this time, we ask all meeting participants to mute their mics until you are ready to speak, and now we may proceed with the agenda.
Great, thank you. Our next item is the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Moore, can you please lead us?
All right.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. We're now going to move on to item 3, which is our procedures for the teleconference meeting. We're going to proceed with the action on emergency circumstances. So I'll turn this over to Mr. Rice to make sure we check off all the boxes.
Thank you, Chair Kehoe, and good morning, trustees. On Sunday, February 4th, the governor signed a proclamation declaring a state of emergency in the county of Los Angeles and some adjacent counties due to the heavy rain. This gives the board the opportunity to invoke a section of the Brown Act that permits members of the board and its committees to participate by teleconference. There are 2 motions that are needed to take advantage of this Brown Act provision. The first is a motion under Government Code Section 54954.2B2, which will find that this is an urgency matter. This is an urgency matter. In fact, it complies with the law because it arose after the agenda was posted. The issue only arose on Sunday with the governor's proclamation, and it's an issue that the board needs to address. So that's the threshold motion that it requires, and it requires a 2/3 majority.
Well, I'll go ahead and make the motion.
I'll second.
Let's please vote.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Kehoe?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Rue?
Aye.
The motion, and Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
And then the second motion.
The second motion would be a motion under Government Code Section 54953E, which would state that because of the state of emergency, trustees may participate in board and committee meetings by telephone. This would not affect their ability to, or their numbers on the AB 2449 count.
I'll go ahead and make that motion.
So moved.
And please vote.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Mr. Rue?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great. Thank you. So now we can proceed with the meeting with our attendees virtual. We'll go ahead and move to the approval of the minutes of the regular board meeting of January 3rd of 24. I'll need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
And seconded. Let's please vote.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Mr. Rue?
Yes.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Perfect. That brings us to public comment.
We have none.
Do we have any? We have no request from the public to speak, so we will move along to our executive update. And JJ, you have the All-Stars.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Chair. The All-Stars are our staff members who we recognize have gone above and beyond, helping deliver a great member experience or help their fellow staff members. So please join me in congratulating this month's All-Stars, which you see on the screen: Frank Stanton, Bill Lindstrom, Mike Romero, and Margaret Chow. And our web watcher was Maria Calderon.
Great, appreciate everybody. Great, great roundup.
And that takes us to our spotlight. This is when we take a moment to recognize and celebrate the member selected for this month's Member Spotlight. Our Spotlight program is all about recognizing the hardworking members who serve the constituents of LA County, to celebrate their contributions to our community, and to provide us some moments to reflect on why we do what we do to serve our members. And so this month, our spotlight shines on Gloria Holder, who is an Automated Fingerprint Identification System Technician 2, which is a mouthful, for the Records and Identification Bureau in the Norwalk Sheriff's Department. Her biggest career achievement is reaching her current level, which took her a lot of hard work to do, and she enjoys what she's doing. She's also very proud of her son, who is an HVAC technician and doing great at that. And it's nice to see that she mentioned that, because those of us that have children, we're always proud of our children. She looks forward to spending time as being a great grandparent and playing pickleball, which I understand is one of the fastest growing sports in the country at the moment. So thank you very much, Gloria Holder, for everything that you do, and we hope that you enjoy your retirement.
That is a serious job that she does, and it is an intense training to get to that level. So to be able to identify those fingerprints and look through, and the amount of education that goes into it, 6 months to a year of education. So
it's all these heroes that we don't we don't really think about all the work that they do, and what that service provides, because it's critical if we're going to be identifying somebody that we get it right. So it's just I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And that brings us to our CEO's report.
Yes. Chair Kehoe, trustees, good morning. Very brief report from me. Want to let you know that in terms of strategic plan, we're continuing to work through the various action planning teams to develop the action plans that are required. We provided templates for everyone. We plan on coming before the OOC committee to provide you with updates on where we are, and we'll be providing, I think it's ongoing reports as we go forward. We did complete one particular item which has to do with our leadership pipeline document. That is a document that identifies the hard and soft skills that are required to progress at LACERA in terms of various higher levels of responsibility as you go through your career progressions. The MAC team made a presentation to the executive team on Wednesday of last week. We plan on sharing that with the board, with the OOC folks first, trustees first, and then possibly at the board offsite. That could be a topic that we could discuss. It helps with our succession planning, and it's a document that all the MAC team worked very, very hard to develop. In terms of the Board of Retirement offsite, we have solidified the dates. So Tuesday, May 28th and Wednesday, May 29th. So it's a 2-day event. We plan on holding it at the Westin in Long Beach. And so please mark your calendars, and we look forward to a very good offsite at that time. In terms of recruitment updates, I did want to mention that there are a couple of items that are important to point out. I did want to point out that Mr. Granger, Ted Granger, was promoted effective February 1st as the CFO. So I think it deserves it. He can take off that interim moniker that he's had for almost
long?
ever. I think it was close to 4 years, right?
Too long.
Way
Yeah,
too
it
long.
was-
Too long is the appropriate.
yeah.
Congratulations.
So it's well-deserved, and I think that from my perspective, he's grown considerably professionally and both personally over the last 4 years. And so we're really happy that he's elected to accept the offer and continue his career here at LACERA. The other hire that we had is in our legal department. Jean Kim, she's here. She's our newly hired for our benefits, to head up our benefits section. So she is replacing the irreplaceable Fern.
Big shoes to fill.
Big shoes.
to fill.
But, you know, our interactions with her thus far have been stellar, quite frankly. She's brought a lot of new ideas and a level of confidence that I think is going to work very, very well for LACERA. And we're hopeful that she's going to have a long tenure here at LACERA. I did want to acknowledge Elaine Salon. She actually served as the interim when Fern retired. So I did want to say thank you for, you know, stepping into the breach and providing the leadership that we needed, and got a lot of really good things accomplished during your tenure of looking after that particular area. And so I greatly appreciate all of your hard work. And so I just want to recognize you. So thank you. We have managed to hire a few folks in our human resources section. And so we're going to be able to change some responsibilities in terms of recruitment and retention. And I'm hopeful that we'll present the new folks next month, just so that you can all get a look at them. And so we're looking forward to moving forward on getting some of those critical hires in place now. And so I wanted to congratulate Carly. She's been doing an excellent job, quite frankly, with limited staff. So now that you're staffed up, the bar has been raised, and so we appreciate all of your hard work as well. We still continue to interview for the various legal positions, and also we've been working with Mr. Grable and Mr. Perez with trying to hire some investment staff folks as well. I know that on the legal side, there's a series of interviews for the final candidates, and so we're hopeful to be able to make offers in the not too distant future, maybe the next week or two. I'm hopeful. And that really sums up my my presentation.
Can you cover two things? RBS update for RBS, and then also March Madness.
Sure. So RBS, as you know, we had a class of 25 individuals. We lost 9 of them during the course of the training. We have 16 that will graduate on April 1st, the end of March. They will begin working in the call center, and some individuals in the call center will be transitioned into member services. We have about 9 vacancies in member services right now that we're going to backfill. And then there are 109 applications that we went through that are on an eligible list for RBS for the new training class. We're hopeful that the new training class will begin either in April or May of this year. So there'll be a 1-year training program for them as well. I know that Cassandra I think she's fully staffed, or maybe there's one vacant position in her particular area, but we'll take care of that. And in terms of the March Madness, I'll let JJ provide a brief on that.
Thank you. So in terms of March Madness, March Madness really for us starts the end of November, December. For December, it was lower than last year. January, it's been up a little bit higher. than last year, and I'm judging by retirement elections. So there's a little over 2,000 for this year that we received in January and received or processed in January. And there's about 16 or 1,700 about that time last year. So that interest is up. Interest in the call center, as far as people calling in regarding retirement, is slightly up, but not significantly up over last year, and nowhere near pre-pandemic levels. So that's where we're at currently. We have, and we continue to look at the member service center to maximize the number of appointments that we can make. We opened up a few more appointments per day. We reassigned one of my call center supervisors to go through a project to look at how we're using our appointment system, our queuing system, and he's made some recommendations, and those were put in place in January to give us a better handle on the volume that we see, because we need to do a better job on tracking the accommodations that we do and the ad hoc appointments, the ones that aren't scheduled, that we do on an emergency basis, and account for those so that we can do a better job of forecasting. So we're continuing to look at that. That's a main focus of what we're trying to do. The 9 vacancies that Mr. Kryman mentioned are in the member service center. We haven't moved staff from the call center down to the member service center yet, because that would leave the call center, which is already, although almost fully staffed, still has a higher than we would like to see wait time. It would just exacerbate the problem, and we get more calls than we get people coming in. So it would just, it's kind of a balance in trying to figure out what we do to do the best we can with what we have. But once the training class graduates, as Mr. Kryman says, we'll be shifting staff to the member service center so that it will be balanced and almost completely full. The new class will help. As Mr. Kryman said, we lost 9 people in the new class, and that's the most we've ever lost. So we are also looking at, why did that happen? And most of those, when we say we lost, almost all of them are folks that just couldn't meet our expectations. And the one thing that we have to do is maintain expectations so that when they do graduate and start servicing our members get the service they deserve. So
JJ, can you mention the no-show rate in
Absolutely.
in-person and virtual?
Mm-hmm. So we track the no-show rate, and over the last year, and we look at the in-person and virtual. The in-person no-show rate is 11.96%, I think, is almost 12%. And the virtual no-show rate is just a little bit over 6%. And we're trying to drill down and to figure out what types of members don't show, just to give us a greater sense on what's going on. But that has been the trend. The problem with no-shows is when they don't show, it's not like you can give that appointment to somebody else. Sorry about that. It's too late. We are looking at if there's a possibility, if we get a cancellation early enough. We don't have the ability yet to maintain a wait list, but we're looking at trying to develop some type of wait list. So as soon as we know there's a cancellation, if there's a wait list, we can call people. But that's not implemented yet, and I don't think we'll be able to implement it this March Madness. But hopefully by next March Madness, we'll have something like that in place.
One solution would be to overbook and to treat it as kind of like a fast pass, so that if somebody doesn't show up, you just take the next person in line. So
if I overbook, Mr. Kehoe, there's a chance I won't be able to service people, and I mean, I wouldn't want somebody to show up and then me to have to say I don't have anybody to meet with you. But we can talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, we've discussed this before. Rather than reserving a specific spot for a specific person at a specific time, we just say these are your timeline to come in, and you have people come in with like a fast pass, so they get in the front of the line. If people show up and they don't have an appointment, then they wait, and people that show up with an appointment, then we get them in next. And I'd rather somebody have to wait 10 to 15 minutes than to tell somebody that they can't come in and do a meeting with somebody when they technically could have came in and done a meeting with that.
So we don't reserve for individuals. In other words, I don't say, specialist X, you have an appointment with specialist X at this time. It's just times, right? So your appointment time is 9 a.m. And I have X number of appointments at 9 a.m. So if you show up when you show up, you're supposed to, great. Those appointments usually last for about an hour. So the next, group would be around 10, and we stagger them a little bit so they're not always at 9 a.m. Some are at 10:15 and stuff like that.
I get that. It's a math problem. It's a projection problem, and I think that there's a solution. So there's a fine tuning of the numbers, and I guarantee we can fine tune the numbers to make it so that if there's a no-show, that there's not a major impact. If there's a no-show and there's a major impact, then our pre-planning is wrong. So we need to fix that. I'll leave it at that. We don't have to get into the weeds, but there is a solution to that, and I think that could be done in-house. Regarding the March Madness, it looks like we're just slightly up than where we were for previous years. Sounds like,
Yes.
with the projections. Okay, and then the washout rate for the RBS, I think, is higher than the LA County Sheriff's Department Academy. So I think we need to get some drill instructor caps for your guys that are doing the training over there. But I would rather wash people out that or may not be a good fit for here. They might be a good fit for other things, but not be a good fit for here, than to have somebody take on the job and then ultimately not be able to provide to the members. So I'm not, me personally, am not too stressed out about those. So I do agree looking into it and seeing what those things are, but don't lower standards or lower our training program because of any type of this concern of the numbers. I think at the end of the day, we just got to make sure we get the right people in the seat. And for everybody who does complete that and sits in that seat, the opportunities here at LACERA are endless.
Yeah.
So this is an amazing job for people, and let's get the right people in those seats.
And if I can add one more thing, Chair Kehoe, I want to thank the board for their support for our ability to overhire. That is critical. So that's how we account for, we're going to lose some folks during the process. We overhire. And that's also how we account for future movement within the organization. So we do take that into account when we open up these larger classes. This is what we expect. It's going to happen. So we try to account for that. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, and does that wrap up the CEO's report?
That wraps it up.
Great. Any questions from committee or the board? Okay, then we will move on to our disability applications on the consent calendar. And that will be our first two pages, page 1 and page 2, application 279E through 306E, which is our safety law enforcement DA investigators. I'll make the motion. And I'll need a second. Okay, please vote.
Mr. Rue?
Aye.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mr. Razzo?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
And Chair Kehoe.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Next item is our safety fire and lifeguards. It is page 3 and 4, application 1780B through 1796B. We'll need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Please vote.
Mr. Rue?
Aye.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mrs. DeRozzo?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great, thank you. That brings us to our consent calendar for general members, SCD. Application 2695C has been pulled by staff. So we are going to vote for 2696C on page 6 through 2709C through page 7. We'll need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Please vote.
Mr. Rue?
Yes.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Ms. DeRozzo?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
That brings us to page 8, our NSCD General Consent Calendar, application 4502. We'll need a motion.
So moved.
Moved and seconded by Mr. Oakham.
Mr. Rue?
Yes.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mr. Razzo?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins? Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great, thank you. That brings us to item 8, our consent items, A through D. Does any board member wish to pull any items for discussion? Seeing none, we'll need a motion for our consent.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded, please vote.
Mr. Rue?
Yes.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mr. Razzo?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great, thank you. That brings us, we'll skip past our excluded consent item. That brings us to our non-consent item, item A, which is our LACERA 2024 election of their third member, the statement of powers and duties for our trustees. Mr. Rice, do you have anything on this, or you want me?
We welcome the board's input and comments on the powers.
Perfect. So everybody has the powers that's been included. I think the point of discussion that we need to just tighten up is the time commitment. I do know that it's pretty, what's the exact, I don't have it directly in front of me. It's like, what are we?
120 to 140.
Yeah, so right now we have it at 120 to 140 that's on there as far as time commitment. So I'll open it up for discussion with the rest of the board if we want to keep those numbers or make any adjustments to that or any further area of the powers and duties. I hear none, so we can accept a motion.
Move staff recommendation.
Okay, I'll second it. Staff recommendation with adopted changes recommended by staff, or it's been moved and seconded. Let's please vote.
Mr. Rue?
Yes.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mr. Razzo?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Thank you. So next is item B, which is our cost of living adjustment from our new Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Granger.
Good morning, Chair Kehoe, Board of Retirement Trustees. California Government Code requires the board to determine whether there has been a change in the cost of living index in the prior calendar year, which will determine the cost of living adjustments or COLAs affecting retired LACERA members and beneficiaries. The board makes this determination so the COLAs are effective April 1st. For the calendar year ended, the CPI change was 3.5% for our regional area. And as the COLA rules require, we round that percentage to the nearest 0.5%. In this case, 3.5 remains 3.5%. The retirees, however, will receive the maximum COLA increases for their April retirement benefit. In this case, for this year, for Plan A, the maximum is 3%. So Plan A, even though it's 3.5%, Plan A would receive the statutory maximum of 3.0. Members in Plans B, C, D, PEPRA, C, and G would receive 2.0%. Again, that's the plan maximum. The same applies to Plan E. They receive up to the 2% COLA plan maximum. Should this recommendation be approved by the board today, it would be effective for April 1st. So essentially it would impact the retirees' April 30th retirement benefits allowance. One other item is the COLA accumulation, and I'll address that very quickly. Because the plan, because the CPI increase is above the statutory maximums, there is what we call an excess COLA. that amount, the amount above the plan maximums, goes to the COLA accumulation. So for example, for Plan A, because the CPI is 3.5 and the plan maximum is 3.0, that 0.5% goes to the COLA accumulation account for all Plan A members. Same concept applies to the other plans. The other plans have a 2.0 plan maximum. That excess of 1.5% goes to the COLA accumulation accounts. We won't spend too much time right now looking at the accumulation accounts. We do that in August. We take a look at those accumulation accounts, and the board will consider a star COLA. That is a different type of COLA that we consider later in the year. So today, we're talking about the April 1st statutory COLA for the plan maximums. In September, we'll take a look at the star COLA that would be effective for the calendar year beginning January 1, 2025. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions regarding the COLA for this year.
Any questions from any trustees?
I will wholeheartedly move this item. Staff recommendation.
Well, I will second it as well.
Great. Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mr. Razzo?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Rue?
Aye.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great. And that brings us to our next item C, which is the cost of living increases for the disability case review.
Great, thank you. So SURA allows the board to adjust the trustees' hourly pay rate for reviewing disability cases every even year. This adjustment is based on the CPI changes over the last 2-year period. This impacts the appointed trustees, the retired trustees. It excludes trustees who are employed by the county. So according to my tally here, the eligible trustees for case review compensation are Trustee Robbins, Trustee Oakham, Trustee Durazo, Trustee Harris, Trustee Moore, Trustee Rue, and Trustee Sanchez. Those trustees not eligible are Trustee Kehoe, Trustee Ginsburg, Trustee Gray, Trustee Green, and Trustee Knox. I'm sorry, I apologize. Durazo is not eligible. Okay. Apologize for that. In 2008, the Board of Supervisors initially set the compensation at $100 per day for an 8-hour day, with the possibility for the CPI increases over the years. Over the years, the board has done that. Every 2 years, there's been an adjustment to the hourly rate. And let's see here. And so currently the rate is $16.88 per hour, $135 for an 8-hour day at a maximum of $540 per month. The rate is capped at 32 hours. The CPI change as calculated was 8.6% over the course of 2 years. That would bring the rate to $18.38 per hour, $147 for an 8-hour day, or $588 per month for a maximum of 32 hours. Should the board approve the new rate, it would become effective April 1, 2024.
I'll make the staff recommendation motion.
Second?
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mr. Razzo?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins? Aye. Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Rue?
Yes.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Item D is our application for reinstatement. If there are, I know we have a list coming up, but do we have any questions? If not, I'll make the motion. It's pretty standard.
Second.
I'll make the motion second. Move the second. Let's vote.
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mr. Razzo?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore? Mr. Rue?
Yes.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Okay. And item E is another reinstatement. We have all the material.
I'll move. Second.
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mr. Razzo?
Aye.
Mr. Robbins?
Aye.
Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Mr. Sanchez?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Rue?
Yes.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Chair Kehoe?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great work, Liz. Okay, we'll move on to our reports. I've asked that the presentation from Mr. Boyd be moved to our next month, so we could just have a full room here with all of our trustees. So without objection, we're going to move that to next month. Our remaining reports are all information only items. Does any trustees have any requests to discuss any of the items? I see none, so that brings us to our items for staff review.
Just one item. Trustee Kehoe requested that the option of a fast pass type of style be entertained for member services, and that is all.
Okay, that brings us to items for future agendas. Any requests for items on the future agendas? Seeing none, we'll go to the order.
Mr. Green?
Sorry for my tardiness. Appreciate the grace. Just, I wanted to recognize, the staff's getting into their fire season and with a big retirement in March and good luck. But I hope you have better tools than you did last year. So that's it.
Mr. Razzo?
No comment.
Mr. Robbins? Mr. Knox?
Good morning. Hope everyone's properties have fared well through the storms and everyone stayed safe. Thank you.
Mr. Sanchez?
As always, just thank you to the staff and thank you for the information.
Mr. Moore?
I hope everybody's prepared for rain tonight.
Mr. Rue?
I just want to quickly join in on Trustee Green's comments and just thank all of our first responders for all of their amazing work that they've done and will do. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse, but and I hope everyone stays safe from all this rain.
Mr. Oakham?
Yeah, I did all that, what they just said about the first responders. It's great to see that there were, thank God, very few people who perished and how fast the sheriffs and the fire took care of citizens of the county. Also, I'd like to congratulate Ted Granger on his removal of the interim. And Ted, I know you're going to do a great job. You've been there a long time, and I've always recognized the kinds of things that you did for the trustees. So congratulations again. Oh, and one other thing, Mr. Knox, I think you're retiring March 31st, so I'm going to see you in March.
Correct.
So, but look forward to seeing you and look forward to hearing your remarks in March about the board. So good luck in the future.
Thank you. CEO Santos Kryman?
Just wanted to say, as a loyal Ram fan, just go Chiefs is all I got to say. So, thank you.
Chair Kehoe?
Thank you. So this Saturday, I'm going to ALADS to do a presentation for their people that are looking at retiring. And there's 100 seats available and there's 80 people that are going to be there. So it's a little under what we normally have going into the retirement season. So we'll see how that pans out. Maybe people have already made up their mind and they don't need to sit there and listen to a presentation. So I don't know if that'll translate to higher safety retirements or not, but I'm very interested to see how March turns out. Good luck to staff and everything for that. Other than that, I think I'd like to point out it is 9:47. Unfortunately, JP Harris isn't here to point out that we're moving faster along with our meetings, because I hear it from him whenever we're moving into our disability cases at 11 and 12 o'clock. He's always not happy, but unfortunately, he's not here to enjoy this day with us. Okay, let's go ahead and go into closed session. And do we want to take a break? Because
Yes,
we have our doctor is on his way. He is almost here. So let's go ahead and do a quick 10, or let's pull us to 10 o'clock. We'll get started at 10 a.m.
Recording stopped.